I'm going to get started now because these guys are busy. They're going, like I said, they have a packed day, and they actually divided their team because there's so much request for them now today. So we'd like to introduce the Liberty High School Grenadier Bagpipe team. Thank you so much for coming. Give them a big hand of applause.
I'm one of the directors at Liberty High School. These are just a few members of the Grenadier Band. This year we have about 17 bagpipe players now. We have 17 bagpipers, and there's about 9 more percussionists that make up our pipe corps. In total this year, we have just over 200 members of the Grenadier Band. It is a pretty big year for us because in June, we head back to London for the first time in 22 years as part of the London Band Week. It is very exciting because on Sunday in June, we will be marching down the mall outside of Buckingham Palace. I don't know if they know this yet, but we were selected as the group to lead the entire parade. So the Grenadiers will be leading the entire parade down the mall. On top of that, it is also our 99th year as a band program in the Bethlehem area school district. Next year, we will be celebrating 100 years of band at Liberty High School. Now, I do have to tell you, the bagpipes will not be celebrating their 100-year anniversary at Liberty. The bagpipes started around 1968. It might be 1967. Do you remember those? 68. 68. That year, Ron Sherry, my predecessor, took the kids in school suspension and was like, I have an activity for you. And then started the group of bagpipes in secret. He only told them, and then at one of the concerts decided this would be the perfect time to premiere the bagpipes. So for over the last 50 years, the bagpipes have been part of the Bethlehem area school district program. I'm going to let them play a little bit because that's why you're here. So I'm going to have Brady, he is our pipe sergeant, take it away from here. Go ahead, Brady. can tell, they sound fantastic. This is one of the busiest times of the year for us, as you would assume for bagpipes during March. Last week, this group up here actually had the opportunity to perform with the Red Hot Chili Pipers on stage at the State Theater. Every year for the last 12 years, they have flown over from Scotland, and thankfully Shelley Brown over at the State Theater has always invited us back, and these kids had the opportunity to be rock stars on stage. It was pretty cool. On top of that, next week is our spring band concert, so we tend to get pulled a little thin during March. It is a wonderful time of year, but it is also busy. Notice that they, what we call today, are wearing our Kit B. Normally, they wear the full Scots Guard uniform. Part of what my predecessor, Ron Sherry, did is he tried to get all the kids outfitted with the same exact uniforms that they wear over in England. Alex, our snare drummer, is actually wearing the exact uniform that the Coldstream Guard Band wears over in London. The rest of the band wears the exact same uniform. I didn't know this until this time last year. You'll look at his uniform. The buttons are in groups of 2. That means that they are the Coldstream Guard. Even though the Coldstream Guard is the oldest band in the UK, they were recognized as the second band. So all his buttons are in groups of 2. Now, Ron, love him, but he's a guy who knows what he wants. Didn't like the name Coldstream. He liked the name Grenadiers. So he named the Liberty High School band the Grenadiers, but we wear the Coldstream Guard uniform. Gotta give him credit. He has a vision. Now, I'm a tuba player. I did not know how, I still really struggle with the bagpipes. I'm going to have Brady and Easton break down how they play the bagpipes, because to me, this is the most fascinating part. I've been growing up playing instruments all my life, but the way that they have figured out bagpipes is just so much different. Did anybody play an instrument growing up? Violin, trumpet, flute? Any drummers out there? There we go. The drummer's always like, yep, me. I definitely played that. But the bagpipe is such a unique instrument, I'll let them break it down because they'll do a much better job. Brady, take it away.
Morning, everybody. I'm Brady, so I'm the pipe major over at Liberty. This is my 4th year playing with the band. So every component of bagpipe we have right here. This is the chanter. This is where the main notes come out of. So if I pull this out right here, you can see that's where you're hearing all my main notes. So that makes that sound. And then if I get my guy over here, this is Easton. These 3 tubes we have right here are called the drones. So you have 1 bass drone, and you have 2 tenors to create that nice mix of sound you hear in the background as we play. So Easton, do you want to strike up your drones? Just let them hear that. So when we're not playing our melody notes, this is what you hear in the background. So you got your bass drone, and you've got a tenor. And the people that we don't like, we just turn them all off. So what happens is the blow stick right here, as we put air in, the bag will start to inflate. And as we put more pressure onto it, we can control how much air comes out of the chanter. So we could hold our drones, we can cut ourselves off, and then we can start up into a tune. So right here, I'll open them up so you guys can see them. Inside the drones, we have these reeds, which is what makes the noise. So we go. So together, once you get all 3, you've got your bass drone, your tenor, and your chanter here. You get the bagpipe sound. So let me see. So that's your main components right there. Chanter, bass, and 2 tenors. So you want to hit a few more? Yes, sir. Let's do Eric's.
They do such an incredible job throughout the school year. Where are my musician friends again? How many concerts do you think you did a year? Maybe 2, maybe 4 in high school. There are lots of opportunities. Our group right now has performed over 70 different times in a school year. In the 5 years I have been at Liberty, we average about 100 different performances a year. And with only 180 school days, that's a lot of performances. I need to give them credit over and over again. Me and Mr. Frank are a team over at Liberty, but these musicians kind of have to run themselves. Mr. Frank and I are both tuba players. I spent a lot of time with the percussion section, as Alex will tell you. But they spend all the time learning these songs on their own. It is a tradition that gets passed down. I remember when Brady was a freshman learning from the seniors at that time, and all the percussionists learn all of these tunes from the seniors that pass them all down. It is a crazy thing that has lasted over 50 years. Because if you think about when you were back in high school, I can tell you today, kids today don't really spend the time learning things on their own. And I know that that was the same thing that when my parents and grandparents were in the same position. But these kids go above and beyond constantly. I believe, what was it, Sunday you guys were out playing, or was that Saturday? Saturday night, they took it upon themselves to put a group together and just go out and play for the community. And I believe they're doing the same thing tonight. Is that correct? So they'll go out and they'll just play tunes for the community. It is crazy that they can do that. Sure. Now, I love explaining this because I have to explain this to my friends all the time. Now, did anybody go to Liberty? Any Liberty grads? Wonderful. Now, this is kind of a newer drum. Back in the day, if anybody was in band or if anybody saw any of the old drums growing up, it was a shell like this with just the snares on the bottom. So those snares on the bottom are what anybody who played percussion in high school is used to. They look the same. They've been the same for the last 200 years. But in order to get a specific pipe sound, there are another set of snares on the inside, so that when Alex plays very quietly, can you play really quietly? I'll hold the drum. The ones on the bottom don't do anything anymore, but the ones on the inside, and let me tell you, if you aren't familiar with a snare drum and you show up for your first day of work and you find out there are snares on the inside, I spent the first week being like, I don't know how to fix this, I don't know how to make this work, but now I'm getting pretty good at tuning. And what Alex will play for you in a little bit, do you know like a snare solo? Actually, play your solo from the other night. You get a very specific sound that's unlike any other high school. I love it because even though at football games people will see us, we got those red uniforms that just glow on Friday night lights, but our drums sound like no other high school, at least on the East Coast. So I'm going to have Alex play a little snare solo. Oh, and my other favorite is that we're probably the only high school with the Kings logo right on the front. I'll walk around and show everybody. But the same logo that the Royal Marines over in the United Kingdom have, we have the same on the front. The only difference between their drums and our drums is that on the side, it tells all the performances we've done. So when the Queen came over in 1976 for the bicentennial, and Liberty was the only high school to perform for her, we have it on the side of the drums. We have when we played for President. What president did we play for their inauguration for? We played for a presidential inauguration there somewhere. It's going to take me forever to find it. We have the Rose Bowl parade. We have almost all the big parades. Macy's, Boscov's. The Liberty Band has had the opportunity to perform throughout the country and on an international stage. It's pretty cool that we get to share that music with you here in Nazareth. So Alex, I'll have you play
would say probably about 2 pounds. It's not too bad. Not exactly heavy, but they differ a lot. Some people have different kinds of bags. So I have what's called a synthetic bag. It's all made of plastic. But we have some guys that'll play with a sheepskin bag, so it's got a little more weight to it. So I would say they go anywhere from 2 pounds to about 5 pounds. The mouthpiece is just connected to the bag, and then I have a reed in here that I played, and I have 1, 2, 3 reeds in here, so I can squeeze and put the air through those.
Does it take a while? I see you guys when you're flowing into it. Like, do you ever, when you're first learning, did you like maybe hyperventilate with all the flowing?
Yeah, I'm in charge of teaching the new members, and a lot of problems we have is that they get really bad headaches from this kind of stuff. You start to get used to it, but definitely frequent breaks when just starting. It's definitely something to get used to.
Do your fingerings match that of a recorder?
You know
Some
what?
of them. I know. I taught recorder, so I know this. Some of the fingerings are the same, but most aren't. They're not the same. So they have. I would think of it more of anybody play saxophone. Yeah, saxophone. It's a little bit closer to saxophone than it is to recorder, where you have to do some alternates sometimes, especially in the upper notes.
Do you own your own instrument?
I personally own this set.
I have a school set. I also have a personal set, but many people in the band own their own sets because it's easier to take care of yourself.
What do they cost?
Probably like good ones are about like 2,000, but you can even get a good one for like 1,000 something. Yeah.
I've had my read in for about 6 months now, but I'll say this because I know people in my corps. It depends on how they take care of them. I have guys that'll just drop them on the floor after I just tuned them. Took me like 2 hours and stuff, and they just like that, it's all gone.
So you start, is it the chanter? That's what it's called?
Yes.
So that's what you start with? You don't do the whole bagpipes at first, or you have to work on the chanter first? And then how long, as a musician, sometimes it can take you up to 18 months before you feel just even confident enough to play with others. How, is that about what you say with the bagpipes?
So for the pipes, my job with teaching is to get them ready for the next school year. So usually my guys are stuck on a very, very fast program. I have about 4 months to get them working on a pair of pipes. So in the summer, I spend usually about 4 or 5 days a week, maybe 2 hours a day, just working with the new guys. For the chanters, we actually, most of the time we're not on our actual pipes. We have little practice ones that we don't have to put in here. Takes a lot of the headaches off. So we start the guys on those for about 2 months, and then 2 months later, I'll test them and I'll make sure they're ready for their actual set of pipes.
Over 50%.
I might like join. So like outside of school, there's many other pipe bands, like even city pipe bands that you can join for fun. I probably will continue bagpipes a little bit.
Yeah, me and actually the last 2 pipe majors of Liberty have started playing together more recently, so we soon in August will be performing at Carnegie Hall in New York.
I do play it at home, but neighbors, they do get annoyed sometimes.
Yeah, I try to keep my relationship with my parents going, so I'll try not to whip these out too much at home.
I always carry earplugs on me now.
So with pipe snares, these have to get tuned a lot because they can get out of tune really fast. That's the thing, because they're cranked so tight. Because we're playing with a different type of instrument, we want to be sound differently as American marching snare drum. So these get cranked really fast, and they're yeah, you have to keep really high maintenance on these.
First, this is a cool fact. Liberty has its own plaid pattern. It is called the Royal Stuart Plaid. It is only 2 people in the world wear it, Liberty High School and the Royal Stuart ensembles over in England. So it isn't really difficult to get over in America. It is something that we ran into this fall where we did not have enough because the band is growing rapidly. And there are slight variations. So all the colors mean something. I'm still trying to figure out what all of them mean. But we are fortunate in Bethlehem to have a shop that happens to sell that plaid for us. Do they still have that in stock? Have any of you tried to get one? I don't know, but I'll let Brady talk about the rest of the uniform because it's pretty incredible what these kids get to wear.
Kid A.
Yeah, Kid A, if you want to
So
talk about
yeah,
it.
for our Kit A, the uniforms that we usually wear for our big Liberty performances, we all start off at the top. There's so much to go through. So we wear what's called the feather bonnet. So the feather bonnets are made of ostrich feather, and that's set on a base. They're probably about a foot tall, I would say. So, that's where we keep all our waters and our extra supplies for playing, unknown to the directors.
We know.
Then we have our usual tunics that are modeled after the Scottish. So the tunics themselves weigh about 5 pounds. They're definitely some thick tunics. And then we wear what's called the plaid. So this pattern right here on the kilt, we wear that as, it's effectively a blanket for your arm. It'll go right across our arm, over the pipes, and then we put it all together with a pin called a brooch. So everybody in Pipe Corps' got their own individual brooches, some individuality. Other than that, this right here is the sporran. So the sporrans, they hold our kilts up, and on the Kit A's that we usually wear with Liberty, instead of being just black and uniform like this one, we have one that is made of full horsehair that'll go all the way down the length of my kilt. And I believe the rest of the uniform is about the same. We wear the exact same socks. Yeah. Those are called flashes. They help to keep my socks up. I've got some very loose socks.
Each uniform is anywhere from $300 to $500. If the kids are wearing an authentic bearskin, you can add about another $1,000 to that. I know that our custom uniforms we only order enough to fit the kids that we need, so we can't outfit an entire 200 people. So we buy about 40 uniforms every 6 to 10 years just to keep everything up to date and fresh. We have a specific uniform closet at Liberty that has well over 400 uniforms that outfit all the wind players, all the percussionists, all the bagpipers, all the majorettes, the Highland dancers, and our drum major. And our drum major wears a uniform similar to Alex's, but he has the full regalia and all the sleeves that you'll see on a lot of the UK band members. So he'll have a very specific uniform that I know his wings alone are another grand on top of that. So it is, band is a very expensive hobby. As anybody who's ever played an instrument knows, we are lucky that the Bethlehem Area School District is super supportive of us and allows us to kind of do what we need to kind of be our own group in the Lehigh Valley. So we feel very blessed most of the time. But again, as you know, things are super expensive and getting more expensive as the day. Like their reeds alone are about $100 per bagpiper. So everything adds up quickly. And every year we get new reeds, new drum heads on the top and bottom heads for all 32 percussionists. And then plus all the other wins. So we are going to London. So if you feel like donating, that would be great. You can visit our website, lhsgbopc.org, and you can feel free to donate to the London Fund and help us get across the sea. Any other questions? We leave June 22nd and come back the 29th, which is awesome for us, but as I'm sure you all know it's the America's 250th celebration, July 4th. We've had more requests to play on July 4th, but our instruments take about 2 weeks to catch up with us. So our instruments aren't getting back until the middle of July. So, but we did have the opportunity to perform in the early celebration down in Philly this November. Is that when that was? October. We did the parade for the Navy and Marines 250th celebration in October. So that was pretty special for us. All right. Well, I got to get them back to class. I know it. I'm sure that they want to miss too. But it was. Thank you all for being such an incredible audience. This is awesome.
Yeah, let's give him a big hand. I just want to say I'm so impressed with these young folks with the commitment. I mean, he said his summer he spends 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, training the upcoming classes. So, thank you. Let's give them a big hand for their commitment and their talent. Yoo-hoo. Thank you.
Do you want to parade out one more time? You can do that.